Welcome to tutorial 5. This one's going to be a lot shorter than the last few, just to make like a small change to one of the inputs in the models that you've built so far. If um, if you have a look at your like network, and if we go over to vehicle compositions, we'll see right now that our inputs have been making use of this like default vehicle composition, which doesn't really account for the vehicle types that typically going to see. If we look at like the distribution, um, the vehicle composition itself is made up of two parts: the car like vehicle types and the heavy like vehicles. If we look at vehicle types, oh, look at vehicle types, we see that car and heavy um, make use of these two model distributions, so 10 and 20. And if we go to the model distributions, we'll see that 10 kind of has this breakdown of different cars, a lot of smaller vehicles, and then heavy vehicles only has kind of the one truck. So to update this, we're going to actually make use of some of the default like PTV vehicle setups. They have one for North American cars and kind of North American models. So a really easy way to update our models. You can also use this like as a starting point if you're creating like a fresh like network, but to just update that, what we're going to do is we're actually going to open a example. So if we go to help examples training directory, and then if we go to the bottom vehicle fleet and settings, and then Canada, there's this model that has kind of the defaults pre-set up. And um, that model or that file is loading right now. Here, let me switch over to that. So this is what that model looks like. And if we go over to vehicle composition, we'll see that there's this default NA version. It's still kind of made up of cars and heavy vehicles, but if we look at the distributions of those two sets, we select cars like NA in this case, a much different kind of split of vehicles now, and that's what we want. So to copy this over, we're going to make things really simple. We'll just zoom into somewhere. It doesn't really matter where. We're just going to code a link, and then we're going to code an input, and then we're just going to use that input and that link and copy them over. And when we copy that over to our model, it's basically going to copy all of the network objects that we need. So I think we're like, yeah, we're zoomed in like far enough. So if we create a link, and then we create an input on that, and then you'll see the input. The input has like our default NA set. So then if I just copy both these, make sure to select both. We copy both these and then jump on over back to our our model file here. And I'm just going to paste that here. And now we should see in the list of distributions, we now have the new car and heavy. We can renumber these. Just put them in the same kind of spot there. And the only other thing that's really changed now is we also have a vehicle composition. So we have a default NA composition. So we can delete these now, we don't need that. And if we want to go to our vehicle inputs that we've already coded, we can just change all of these. So um, if you select the entire column, you can just kind of switch them all together. So kind of swapped all those to default NA now, the new one, and just so that your new intersections or new inputs all make use of that, we can actually remove the original one and then we'll just renumber that. So now when we run our model, we should be seeing a lot more trucks and some heavier or larger vehicles. If we, here, let's see if we can, yeah, we should see some like different vehicles. If we select some of the vehicles that are in the network, um, we can always add in the like 3D model we should see the new list. It's gonna add in an attribute. So you see like this is one of the new heavy vehicles. Select one of the cars. It's a truck. We've got a Toyota. So um, yeah, that's it. So now our vehicle models have been updated in our network.